Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I hope everybody is enjoying this lovely fall weather that we're having. So thanks for tuning in to Midwife Monday at the Santa Clarita Birth Center. So we're going to talk about how to boost your immune system during this cold and flu season. Big topic, comes up all the time in our prenatal visits. It comes up in our postpartum visits. We talk about how to keep pregnant mamas healthy, how to keep those newborns healthy. So there are some really basic, easy things that you can do to just boost your immune system during this time. And a lot of people, they like throw everything at it. Like they throw the kitchen sink at it. They don't know what's working, but they're like, I have so many things that I take every day. I don't even know what works. And then we get overwhelmed by all these things on our countertop. And then we stop taking them and we're hit or miss. We don't have a real set routine. So we're just going to talk about a couple of very basic things that you can do. And again, you can do it throughout your pregnancy, in the postpartum period. And you can also, for those of you that have toddlers that have started preschool or elementary school kids, things that you could do with the kids, you all can do the same routine once your babies and your big kids are able to like swallow capsules or powders and things like that. First of all, we've had 3 babies in the last couple of days, and each of those births has been just really super special. And we just had one this morning, so if I am a little bit distracted or my words don't come out properly, it's just because we just got a baby and I'm waiting to go do a newborn exam in the other room. Okay, so basic things. So let's talk about what the whole family can do, including pregnant women. So women that are in our practice, when you come into care, we check your blood, right? We do like a prenatal blood panel. And part of our panel is we add a vitamin D3. And we want to check and see where your vitamin D3 levels are. And most everybody is low in vitamin D3. One key thing that you can do for your immune system is increase your vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 we get from the sun. So you'd be probably surprised to think that these women living in Southern California, where it's 85 degrees year-round during the day, with lots of sunshine, rarely any rain, you would think we would all have really good vitamin D levels. On the contrary, out here in Southern California, we have very low vitamin D levels. And one reason is we wear sunscreen, which is appropriate because we don't want to be getting melanomas and skin cancer. And 2 is our environment. There's a lot of pollution, so it's hard for our bodies to absorb vitamin D through our environment. So we do recommend that all pregnant women are supplemented with vitamin D. When we check vitamin D levels, depending on where they are, if they're below 30, which obviously you need to know if you did a blood test, we recommend that you do 5,000 IUs of vitamin D3 daily. If you don't know where your vitamin D levels are, we recommend 2,000 IUs of vitamin D3. And we recommend that on every day. My boys, my big kids are now living up in the Pacific Northwest, and before I leave them in their dorms, they have vitamin D that's up there, and they take it every day. And it's really, really important for your immune system. It's important for your bone health, and it's really important to just fight the cold and flu season. So vitamin D3. If you have small children, the recommended dose for babies is 400 IUs daily of vitamin D3 starting at birth. So what we recommend is we sell a liquid vitamin D3 here, but you can buy one anywhere. And 1 drop of our vitamin D3 is 1,000 IUs. So we tell mamas after the baby's born, take 1 drop, put it on your finger, rub your fingers together, and if you're a breastfeeding mom, rub it on your nipples and latch your baby on 1 time a day. And generally, they're getting about 400 IUs of vitamin D3. It's a perfect way to get it in for your newborn. And then as the kids get older, you can just do 1 drop in their mouth. And school-age kids, 1 drop a day would be awesome 5 days a week. That would be a great way to help your toddlers and your elementary school kids get their vitamin D3 levels. And for those babies that aren't yet doing that, again, just do 1 drop, rub it on your nipples, do that 1 time a day. In your pregnancy, ideally, our mamas are doing about 5,000 IUs daily. And that tends to be a really, really basic thing to do. The next thing is probiotics. Don't wait to do a probiotic until after you've taken an antibiotic. Don't wait to do it if you're symptomatic. But everybody should be doing a probiotic daily. And not all probiotics are the same. So Probiotics, of the one thing that of supplements that we talk about, probiotics tend to be a little bit expensive. Good probiotics tend to be about $40 per month. And the reason is that I don't really know what the reason is, actually. I think that it might be hard to make. I don't really know. But I do know that the good ones are a little bit expensive. So what you're looking for in a probiotic, to be really specific, so a lot of people are like, oh, I have a good one, I keep it in my fridge. Well, being refrigerated or not refrigerated is not the criteria for a good probiotic. You're looking for, on the bottle or the box or however your probiotic comes, it's going to tell you how many CFUs, colony-forming units. You want to know how many colony-forming units or how much bacteria is in that probiotic. And the goal is 15 billion colony-forming units per serving. And you want to get at least 2 to 4 different strains of bacteria in that probiotic. So you're looking for like lactobacillus. Oh gosh, I didn't write down the other names, but as many of you know, we sell a probiotic here, but again, you can get a probiotic in a variety of places, and that they sell it in different grocery stores. You can buy them online. We use Zymogen probiotics. Claire Labs, Claire with a K, makes a really good probiotic. I think Rainbow Light probably makes a fairly adequate probiotic. There's a bunch of different ones. But you're looking for a minimum of 15 billion colony-forming units, at least 2 to 4 different strains of bacteria. And that way you know you're getting adequate probiotics, and you want to do that on a daily basis. Ours comes in a capsule, and what we tell our moms, one, it's good for when you're pregnant, of course, take the whole pregnancy, because your gut health is really important for keeping your whole body healthy. The microbiome of your gut is really, really critical. So moms taking it during pregnancy, mamas, you can give it to your children. If they can't swallow capsules and you buy the one that we have here, we just say open up the capsule, mix it, dissolve it in a little bit of breast milk, and you can scoop it up in a medicine dropper and give it to your newborn. You can open it up and put it in a little bit of whatever your kid's eating, a little bit of yogurt or applesauce or whatever little thing you want to give them. And just put it in one little spoonful. Don't mix it up into the whole bunch, in case they don't eat the whole yogurt container or the whole thing of applesauce that you've made. But just in one little spoonful. It doesn't really have much of a taste, and then they can take it that way, and it's quite easy. So vitamin D3, probiotics, decrease your sugar. That includes fruit juice, fruits. I mean, some fruits are good, but try not to be, just living on fruit all day long, right? Decrease your sugar, and of course refined sugars. Sugars decrease our immune system. And we're going into the holidays, right? We're going to Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and sweets are everywhere. So if you can just do the best you can at home and decrease those sugars, that's really, really helpful. Extra vitamin C. Vitamin C is water soluble. You're not going to take too much vitamin C. You just can't do that. The worst thing that's going to happen if you take too much vitamin C is you probably have a little bit of diarrhea. That's probably the worst thing that might happen. Maybe give you a little bit of gas or something. But you can buy vitamin C in a variety of forms. They make Emergen-C, and you can put that in a little bit of drink. I personally don't like Emergen-C. I don't like that effervescent stuff, so I don't do it that way. But I'll take a vitamin C capsule. I'll do chewables. It's easy to get vitamin C into the kids. So if you're doing itty-bitties, toddlers, preschoolers, elementary school kids, at least 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C is a no-brainer. That's an easy thing to do. During your pregnancy, during this cold and flu season, you can do 3,000 milligrams of vitamin C without a problem. So that's really good. Elderberry syrup. Our wonderful Christine, who is our acupuncturist, also makes wild-crafted organic elderberry syrup. We sell it here. You can buy it in a variety of places. Super good for your immune system. Really good for upper respiratory health. And it tastes yummy. So that's an easy thing to do. Just a spoonful of elderberry syrup a day is super great. Another thing to do, and this is easier for an adult than it is for kids, but kids can tolerate it, a saline flush. Like if you are sneezing or you feel a cold coming on, rinsing your nasal passages with just a saline flush. No herbs, no special stuff, no essential oils, just a simple saline flush And you can buy those at like Walgreens. And you can do that 2 to 3 times a week. Just do a nasal saline flush. And it helps get those allergens out. It keeps your mucous membranes well hydrated. It's a really easy thing to do. And it also loosens up the mucus. If your kids are starting to get colds and they can't blow their nose yet, it helps it drain their sinuses a little bit better. And that's really great. Echinacea. It's safe intermittently in pregnancy. We don't want you taking it the whole pregnancy, but there are certain times where we talk prenatally when it is effective. It's also good if you think your kid is about to get sick or you're taking them to a big birthday party and you know there's going to be a bunch of sick kids there. It's really good to get them on some herbs. And again, all ages can start that, and there are a variety of ones that you can get. We don't have any in stock here at the birth center, but you can go to a variety of places to get it. Gaia Herbs is a really good company that sells kids herbs. Herb Farm is another really, really good one. Herbs for Kids. And they make those where they're palatable. They're not like the really bitter herbs that adults take, but they're in some kind of glycerin, and they taste a little bit better for kids. And again, it's safe for pregnancy. During pregnancy, do not take astragalus. So sometimes you want to look at those ingredients. Astragalus sometimes comes in those immune boosters, and that's something you want to stay away from in your pregnancy. For pregnant women, the current recommendation is that all women get a DTaP or Tdap vaccine in their 3rd trimester. That's tetanus, diphtheria, and attenuated pertussis. Super hot topic. I'm not really going to go into the pros and cons of vaccines. It's a very personal choice, but the recommendation in the United States is that all women in their 3rd trimester get their Tdap vaccine. And the big issue is it's the pertussis component, which is whooping cough, which, as many of you heard, is prevalent. There's whooping cough going around. So if moms do it in their 3rd trimester, the theory is that it's giving them giving the baby passive immunity for the first 8 weeks of life to prevent the infant from getting pertussis. An infant with pertussis can be very, very dangerous and put your baby in the NICU because they can't breathe. So it is something that you want to think about, make a decision if that's right for your family, but that is the current recommendation. It's also recommended by the CDC, hot topic, that every pregnant woman gets a flu vaccine. And everyone has difference of opinions on that stuff. And again, I'm not going into whether you should or should not do it. I'm just saying that's the CDC recommendation. And I would encourage each person to investigate whether it's right for you personally. There are some people in our practice where we think it is a really good idea. There's a variety of reasons. Okay, I'm going to end it there. I'm not trying to have a conversation about vaccines. So the current recommendation is what you do. Wash your hands. Get adequate rest. Try to decrease your stress. Those are all basic things to do, but washing hands goes a long way, making sure your kids are washing their hands. You don't need antibacterial gels. You don't need anything special, just simple soap and water. Some essential oils are really lovely. Diffusing some essential oils in the house are great. Lavender is great. Tea tree is great. A variety of eucalyptus is really good for clearing out your sinuses, and peppermint is good for those things. We do not recommend that you ingest those things, but we do recommend diffusing. You can use them for comfort measures. You can put them in baths, hot baths with Epsom salt, and eucalyptus is really, really lovely. So those are all really nice things to do as well. So we are going into this cold and flu season. So the takeaways are eat well, decrease your sugars, take some vitamin D3, take your probiotics every day. Fermented foods are really good to do as well. So that would be things like sauerkraut, pickles, pickle juice, kimchi, harder to get down for some people. Kombucha, kombucha is a beverage that you can enjoy. It's not particularly a big health benefit, but it's certainly a beverage that you can enjoy in pregnancy and not in pregnancy. Make your own sauerkraut, super easy. Make sure if you're getting pickles, get fermented pickles, not like Vlasic or dill, but those are not fermented. Bubby's, I know, is one brand that makes a fermented pickle. So fermented foods are really good for you, good for your gut health, right? Kefirs, coconut kefir, dairy kefir, there are a variety of fermented foods that you can get in. And if you can get, excuse me, if you can get your kids to get them in, that's awesome. I'm not successful in getting my adult children to get fermented foods into their diet. But if you can get them in, awesome. So vitamin C, decrease your sugar, saline rinses, elderberry syrup. Go for an intentional walk every day to try to decrease your stress level. And there you go. I hope that's helpful. For our pregnant women, it's really important that you do these things. And especially our immediate postpartum moms in those first 6 weeks, we want to keep your immune system strong and everybody around you strong so that we don't get our little babies sick. So I hope that's helpful. I hope you guys are enjoying the cooler evenings, and it's a great time to go for a walk now that it's getting real cool as soon as the sun starts to go down. And there you go. I hope that's helpful. As always, if you have any questions, you can always email us at scvbirthcenter.com. You can call the office. You can follow us on Instagram, and you can also get our Midwife Mondays on iTunes and listen to the podcast. So if you like it, share it with your friends and like us and say nice things, and that would be awesome. And we hope you have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.